Welcome to the internet. It's Tom and Jack for a Wednesday. Are you alright, buddy? Are you not mega hot in your beanie?
Oh, yeah, but you know, gotta be done.
Gimmick, innit?
I've got a little bit of hay fever, actually, and it's just,
Oh, no.
But it'll be alright. It'll be alright. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm blessed to not get hay fever, but the good lady gets hay fever, and it's just become like a sneezing competition in this house. We're going for a world record. We're going for a world record. But look, we can't be here talking about hay fever because people are here to listen to the news about the wrestling. Shall we do that instead, Jack?
Go on, then. Go on.
All right, here it is. A former WWE star is making their Impact Wrestling debut this week. A huge match is set for NXT's Great American Bash, and Samoa Joe's new role in NXT has been revealed. We'll get to that in a bit.
Excuse me.
Bless
Sorry about
you.
That. I held it until you'd done the...
Oh, and keep that in.
No, don't.
Steve Cutler was one of the first wrestlers cut from WWE at the start of this year. It was the beginning of the end for the Forgotten Sons, and we wondered what he would do next. And it was revealed in a vignette where he was drinking Jameson whiskey, weird product placement, that he was signing with Impact Wrestling. Steve Macklin set to make his debut this Thursday. How do we reckon Macklin is going to get on in Impact Wrestling, Jacqueline?
I really don't know, because we didn't see enough of him, did we, in WWE to really distinguish him or set him apart from the rest of his stable, essentially. I know that people will be more familiar with him pre-WWE perhaps and stuff like that, but at the minute, I don't know if he'll stand out in Impact or not. I don't know. I'd like to say that in the history of Impact, there's never been a leather-wearing badass who drinks whiskey, but at one time it was like half the roster, so when it was aces and eights, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It
doesn't smack as the most creative character assembled in Impact Wrestling history, but the nice thing about this, what's bespoke about this, is, like you say, we don't know much about Steve Cutler. Yeah. He had less than 20 matches in WWE on the main roster. So he's a bit of an unknown commodity. And everybody that people have spoke to, the people that trained him, the people that travelled up and down the road with him, have said, like, we're about to be blown away by what Steve Macklin can do. Okay. So it's a different one for me. This hits a little bit different because this is somebody who never really got their opportunity to shine. But on Thursday, we're going to see what he can do as part of a main roster. And you know what? A really good roster of people as well. Impact Wrestling, I sound like a broken record at this point, knocking it out of the park as of late.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of talented people there, and you know that should, in theory, that should help him as well. But could it overshadow him? It works both ways, doesn't it, I suppose?
We're going to find out Thursday on Axis TV, and you'll be able to watch it on Impact Plus as well. Looking a few weeks ahead, NXT presenting the Great American Bash. I like when NXT does nostalgia. You know, they do it properly. And we've got our first match announced for the Bash, haven't we, Jack?
Yes, it's going to be a rematch as well, Tom. It's going to be Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly on July 6th. That's when the Great American Bash takes place. But it's not a takeover. It's just a special episode of, you know, your regular weekly NXT. But it'll probably have a bit of a stacked card, I imagine.
I'm really up for seeing what these two can do. It's an interesting one because we had the unsanctioned match that really went the distance on TakeOver a short while ago. So to put this into like a standard match on television, it kind of feels like this feud is being done in the reverse order. Because now we've gone from the big gimmick match to a seemingly non-gimmicked match for the Great American Bash. I'm hoping this is, whatever this is like the cutting off point, because I think I'm ready to see them both do other things now.
Me too, definitely. There is still time for a stipulation to be added, I suppose, but I wonder if it's a case of, like, where do you go from here once they've already done the big kind of hellacious no DQ match, as you mentioned. So I don't really know.
Well, there was a fun interaction with Adam Cole and one other person during the announcement of that match, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Oh. But before that, next week on NXT, we're finally getting to the bottom of what the Diamond Mine is. So we've seen these vignettes running since April, which show this performance center-like complex, this gym, and people wrestling and MMA style thing. And we weren't quite sure what this is. We're going to find out next week, as the Diamond Mine, quote, will be opening next week. Any guesses on what the Diamond Mine could be? Is it going to be a wrestler? Is it going to be a faction? Is it going to be something completely different?
it seems, doesn't it? It seems to be, one, possibly a faction, and two, possibly MMA themed in some sort of way, doesn't it? Because the vignettes have displayed a lot of kind of MMA training equipment and that sort of thing. It's very much that kind of vibe. So it would be interesting. It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen MMA kind of affiliated figures in the world of wrestling, but it might be one of the first times I can think of, where there'd be like a whole team of MMA athletes coming in to try and presumably take over. But I don't know. I mean, we don't know. That's just pure speculation, just based on the clues we've been given in the vignette so far. But I'm definitely eager to see what happens, though.
Shades of Impact Wrestling was something that they did.
That's what I was thinking of, yeah. Well, that's why I said one of the first times, because I remember that and I was like, hang on, they did it really well.
They did a really good job with that, and there was some good stuff to come from that, but we'll see what they do. Here's a wild out there idea. What if the Diamond Mine is NXT's attempt to do something like Raw Underground?
No, please no. No, no, don't that.
Did I just will that into existence? I certainly hope not. On the subject of fighting, here's a man that loves a good fight. Not Finlay, sadly, no, but we finally know the future of Samoa Joe. It was when he was let go from WWE. We heard reports from Fightful that basically said that Triple H went, "What? What are you doing? We'll have him." So Samoa Joe was connected to NXT, and the talk was going to be that he was going to become the general manager of NXT. Did he become the general manager of NXT last night? Is that his new role? Well, yes and no. So William Regal came out to announce that he was stepping down as the general manager. He didn't get a chance to do so, though, because Samoa Joe came out whilst Regal's being confronted by Karrion Kross. Regal says, look, I was going to do this backstage, but I'd like you, Samoa Joe, to be general manager. And Joe turned him down and said, I would rather be here to support you. So what we now have is Samoa Joe back on WWE TV as a permanent fixture of NXT in an enforcer role. And, Jack, I think this is perfect.
It's perfect for him, isn't it? It's perfect for him. It allows him to be authoritative, which he can do very well. It allows him to be physical, which he can also do very well, and which we haven't seen from Samoa Joe for quite some time too. And it allows him to stay on our screens, I think, most importantly as well. It might be a bit more of a limited role than a lot of people wanted from Samoa Joe, which could perhaps fade in relevance over time. Obviously, he's very relevant at the moment, but I think that it also keeps William Regal in the fold, and he's superb as well, so it's kind of hard to begrudge them this decision, isn't it, really?
They already set up something possibly between Samoa Joe and Adam Cole, so the whole thing is Samoa Joe can't attack wrestlers willy-nilly. Like, he has to be provoked. Shades of Steve Austin in 2003 as co-general manager. Like, you can't do anything unless... Sheriff Austin, wasn't he? No, this was pre... Was this not pre-Sheriff?
Sorry, just co-GM Austin.
I'm sure, because they brought him back as Sheriff, I think.
Right.
I think. I'm sure if we're wrong, you'll say.
I mean, the tangled web of WWE authority figures. But yes, I think you are. I think you're right, yeah.
But so the idea being that Samoa Joe can't attack wrestlers unless provoked, and backstage during this brawl between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, Cole shoves Samoa Joe, and you get to watch Samoa Joe kind of go, did he just shove me? And then the clutch goes on to Adam Cole immediately, knocks him spark out, and then Joe screams. When he wakes up, telling Regal wants to see him. I thought, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That sets the stall so nicely for that relationship, doesn't it?
It really does. I think that in kayfabe terms, Samoa Joe immediately, with one day on the job, is the most successful authority figure in WWE history ever. Because he convinced the outgoing general manager to stay. He didn't take any crap from the big scary champion, which is, I mean, some people aren't happy with Karrion Kross seeming a bit intimidated by Joe, which I understand. He also nullified a threat backstage. He's doing everything right. He's knocking it out of the park on his first day of work, Tom.
Employee of the month, Samoa Joe. Congratulations to you. Do you want to do the
new video? Wait, that's a new video series. Who is NXT's Employee of the Month this month? Yeah.
There you go. You can have that for free.
Thank you.
Do you want to do the baby announcements to end?
Yeah, go on then.
Do the baby, what we normally do, the baby announcements.
You made it sound very regular there, yeah.
It's a regular feature, the baby announcements.
No, it's a huge congratulations to Renee Paquette. Is it Paquette or Paquette? I never know. The former Renee Young, of course, in WWE. Renee and Jon Moxley, who have welcomed their first child. Renee announced this officially on her Twitter, saying, baby girl is officially here, so I'm checking out and becoming a mom. She is absolutely incredible. She means about her daughter. I have a bunch of guest hosts lined up for you guys on her podcast, and I started with none other than my baby daddy, Jon Moxley. cool dude husband at Jon Moxley. So congratulations to the pair of them. Very happy news indeed. And yeah, it's just a nice one to end on, isn't it?
All the Shield members are now dads.
Oh my word!
That's gonna be a fun day when they all get together for a play date at the ball pit and they're getting triple power bombed into the balls. Oh, Roman Reigns on the barbecue as the kids are running around spearing each other. Oh, it's going to be a great time. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll be back with more news later. Love you. Bye.